So there are currently about 8 billion people in the world, and about 0.0004% of those people grow up to be 6'5" or taller. That makes about 2.3 million people, and out of that, only 0.02% of those people actually make it to the NBA at any given time. And the percentage for being a top 10 memorable player in the league right now has dropped to 0.1%. That is how selective the NBA can be. This is why LeBron James is considered one of the most special people in the entire world, one of the most special people to ever exist. LeBron James has managed to come from absolutely nothing, raised by a single mom, moving from place to place, sometimes with no idea what his next meal would come from, and yet he turned all of that around into generational wealth. But what might even be more impressive than all those things I just listed is the fact that LeBron James have been able to go through all the turmoil from the media, the pressure to be LeBron James, the stupid GOAT debate, the media circus, especially with this relationship and his kids, is absolutely absurd. And that's why in today's video I want to talk about why it sucks to be LeBron James and all the things that he has to go through that a lot of people take for granted just because of the success that we see on the surface. LeBron James was born December 30th, 1984 in Akron, Ohio. He was raised by his single mom, Gloria James. And like I said, he had a very tough upbringing. They moved from apartment to apartment, struggling to find any sort of stability within his life. But through all those struggles, LeBron was able to find his success and his escape in basketball. He played for various youth teams around his city where he quickly became an undeniable talent. And by the time high school arrived for LeBron James, he was already the talk of the nation. He was already a national sensation. It seems like everybody was talking about LeBron James.
LeBron James is simply the greatest 16-year-old kid I've ever seen in my life.
LeBron's high school was called St. Vincent High School, if y'all even care. But this is where the legacy of LeBron started. This is where he became the legend that we know him today as. LeBron was so instrumental in high school that he got his high school games actually televised. And with all this success, LeBron James quickly rose to the top and became the undisputed #1 overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft.
With the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
At just 18 years old, LeBron James was already being compared to Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. This was all before he played a single game of basketball. The pressure on LeBron has always been there. He's always been in the cooking pot. He's always been overanalyzed. He's always been under the microscope of the media. So after being drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James was obviously unlike any rookies. He needed no time to develop at all. And he actually thrived with the expectation and the pressure, which is what usually you see in people that were meant to be stars. And LeBron James did that from the get-go, y'all. That's impressive. He obviously won Rookie of the Year and averaged 20 plus points per game, proving that he was literally the deal. By 2007, LeBron James led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals with 0 All-Star teammates on his team. But despite all of this, the Cavs, they just couldn't build a team around LeBron James, and this is what led to one of the most chaotic part of LeBron James' career.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
In 2010, LeBron James left Cleveland for the Miami Heat. A lot of fans did not like this move. His jerseys were being burned in the street. The media destroyed him, calling him arrogant and selfish. He went from the NBA most loved star to his biggest villain overnight. But that's the thing, y'all. LeBron James never stopped delivering. No matter the hate, no matter the situation, no matter the pressure, he always finds a way. In Miami, LeBron was able to win 2 NBA titles in 2012 and 2013 and won 2 MVPs. Guys, absolutely insane. This guy is just built different. And here's the crazy part. After all the hate from Cleveland, LeBron James went back to his home team in Cleveland and did this. In 2016, LeBron James was able to deliver the Cavs the greatest comeback in NBA history. Down 3-1 in the series against the 73-9 Warriors, LeBron James put on a historic performance. 41 points in Game 5, 41 points in Game 6. What? And then a triple-double, y'all, in Game 7. Absolute beast. I don't think any other player have just said, hey, let me just go back to this team and win a championship and then do it in a historic way. And that now leads us to the current day LeBron James, the longevity cheat code. Now in LA, LeBron James has been able to break records yet again. He started at the age of 35 and he's still playing at an MVP level. In 2020, he led the Lakers to the bubble championships, and I know haters out there are gonna hate, but he got a championship, guys. Relax. That was his 4th ring, and by 2023, he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the league's all-time leading scorer. And now at 40, he's in his 21st season and still a top 10 player in the NBA. It's safe to say nobody will ever be LeBron James, and nobody is LeBron James even right now. Now, when it comes to why it sucks to be LeBron James, I have 3 really good reasons that we're gonna go over today. And number 1 is gonna be the fact that LeBron's family and his kids are treated extremely horribly by the media. Guys, I merely want to take a look at the Bronny James situation. And by the way, guys, this is my 2nd day making this video, all right? I wanted to take my time to go and dunk a little bit. Yeah, boy, I dunk. But after doing that, guys, I realized that the LeBron James and Bronny situation is actually a really huge part of why I think it's extremely difficult to be LeBron James. Imagine doing everything possible to make the game of basketball as great as possible, but then everything in your personal life is extremely scrutinized by the media. Like, your son is constantly getting hated just because he's under you. And as the father, I would feel as though that's my fault. And the fact that LeBron James has to go through this with every single one of his kids is absolutely frustrating. From the moment Bronny got drafted by the Lakers, everybody said this was LeBron James doing. Everybody said the only reason that Bronny is even in the NBA is because of his father, completely devaluing all the work that Bronny actually put in to make it to that level. And I understand that most of y'all will say, wow, this was LeBron James' dream his entire career, to play with his son.
I need to be on the floor with my boy. I gotta be on the floor with Bronny.
So trust me, I understand why that may be the case, but I don't think that's all the reason why these people and the Lakers chose to get Bronny James. Obviously, the name James has a lot of marketability with it. So drafting a guy like Bronny James really does help the team in the long run when it comes to marketability. That's why it just sucks to see how much hate this kid gets just because of his father. And LeBron James now have to be the one going out there to actually speak for his son and defend his son, which just sucks.
Bronny doesn't have to play basketball at all. Right. It's not like he needs the money.
And he's a smart individual. He's you know what I mean? He can do whatever he wants to do.
He can do whatever he wants to do.
We have to realize that Bronny is playing basketball because he loves it. And that's the purest form of the sport. That's the pure passion that you want to see from people who are in the NBA. And Bronny embodies that to the core. He literally almost died because of his love from this sport. And he's still doing it. He's still playing, gaming, game out. He's still trying his best to get better, and people will still go out of their way to hate on him.
Bronny James is the worst player in the NBA by far.
Hell no. No.
Y'all boyfriends also have a very questionable, almost carnal, lascivious obsession with LeBron James, because every single day my boyfriend brings him up. He's talking about pouring honey on a goat. I'm pouring honey on a goat. What are we we talking about right now? Do you want to have sex with him?
Bronsexual. Anybody who's a huge fan of LeBron James or deriding LeBron James, they become fans of any team LeBron plays for. These types of individuals think that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Wow, guys, we've come so far. You guys are grown men, and we have a word called bronsexual. This is my number 2 reason for why it sucks to be LeBron James. His fan base is weird. Imagine getting another man's face tatted on your body. This is absolutely insane to me. I can't understand how much these people love LeBron James, guys. I am a fan of sports, but I don't think I will ever be a fan of another man that much to have his face tatted on me and to have myself identify as a bronsexual, as another man's sexual. Guys, the internet is absolutely crazy. Imagine LeBron having to deal with this on a daily basis.
And here's my wonderful, beautiful boyfriend. He's not even.
LeBron's decades? Are you think it's like 10 or like 11?
Bro, what? What is actually happening with the world? I do think LeBron fans are extremely passionate, and that's something you want in your fan base. That's something you want in your community. But it's come to a point where this has become a problem. It's come to a point where LeBron's fans are actually the reason why it really sucks to be in his position, because they do too much to the point that it actually becomes an inconvenience for him and his family. They put LeBron on a pedestal so much that everybody around him have this unrealistic pressure on them. His fans don't make it any easier, because now LeBron can't have opinions outside of basketball. It leads to people seeing him as an only basketball person instead of seeing him as an individual with different interests. This is why whenever LeBron speaks on anything outside of basketball, he always get the backlash, and that's just wrong. I honestly don't agree with that. His fans are too passionate about him that they don't let him come out of his bubble and actually be himself. Guys, this weird fandom also leads to the LeGM kind of rhetoric where everybody thinks that whatever trade goes on, LeBron is behind it and sponsoring it. They think LeBron is the god of the NBA. They think LeBron is the god of sport. So anything that happens out of the ordinary, Luka gets traded to the Lakers. Boom, it's LeBron, and you have RDC World making a video about it as soon as it happens. And I know these are all for jokes, but this is what promotes that narrative around LeBron, where any one of his teammates get traded is all on him.
In Akron, Ohio, 40 years ago today, the world changed. The king was born. The GOAT reestablished in our realm. LeBron James, happy birthday.
Guys, remember, this is a grown man talking about another grown man. I don't know what is going on with these guys nowadays. I can't figure it out. This is weird. Now, let's talk about the GOAT debate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest stain on LeBron's career. This is the kryptonite of LeBron James. Every time he does anything good, he will be compared to Michael Jordan.
You cannot tell me in a one-on-one game now that LeBron James wouldn't dominate Mike.
One-on-one?
LeBron James is 6'9", 260. He moves like a guard.
It's as if LeBron can't do anything without people seeing a flaw in it. Every time a moment of success for LeBron happens, people are saying, hey, don't use that to say he's better than Michael Jordan. Or people are going to use it to say that he's better than Michael Jordan. And this puts us in a situation where we can't actually appreciate the greatness of LeBron James and the greatness of Michael Jordan's in their separate world. We always have to compare these two guys and not just appreciate them for who they were. Me personally, when we look at a 1v1 between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, I think Michael Jordan would beat him. Michael Jordan to me is just a better overall basketball player.
Michael Jordan was all defensive first team 9 times.
Okay.
LeBron James was 5 times.
Okay.
Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times.
Okay.
10. LeBron James led the league in scoring
want.
Jordan is just that guy when it comes to the GOAT of scoring and doing everything requires to win on the basketball field. And yes, Jordan had a lot of great players that played with him. He had great rebounders, great defensive players, and all of these contributed to his success in the end. But on the other hand, when we look at a guy like LeBron James, we see that he has been through a lot of different scenarios in his career. He's played with a lot of different teammates, some good, some bad, but he's somehow able to keep his level for a long time. This is why I love LeBron James. This is why you can call me a bronsexual on this argument, because I do honestly think LeBron James is the GOAT due to the level of consistency that he's played with.
When you're 39 in your 20th year, and then like half your life is in the league, and then you played against like 40% of the players that's ever played in the league, it's just like that longevity has to mean something. I truly appreciate somebody who's been in that shit for a long time.
I think when it comes to being the greatest of all time, LeBron James has done that. His entire tenure in the league, he's been the greatest player, and no other player in NBA history has been able to do that with the level of consistency as we've seen from LeBron James. So he wins the GOAT debate on an objective level. However, people won't take this the right way. People will always either say it's Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They use the fact that they like MJ as a reason to downgrade and devalue the success of LeBron James. And that in the end just ruins everything that this man has worked his entire life and his entire career to build. That is why at the end of the day, it really does suck to be LeBron James and everything that he has to go through. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Without further yaps, peace out, bye bye, mwah.